Hello, welcome to Rising Technologies. This is Harish. You are watching part 21 of Core Java video tutorial. In this session, we are going to learn about immutable and mutable strings, string builder class, string buffer class, and difference between string builder and string buffer class. So let's first have a look at what is immutable and mutable string. So objects of type string are immutable. That means once created, you cannot modify a string object. Now get this sample piece of code. I have this string variable that is s1 and that contains this string hello. And now I want to modify the string and concatenate world to the string object. So I can simply say s1 equals s1 plus world, and if I print this s1, it will print hello world. So you may think that this string object is being modified, but that is not the case. If we analyze this program line by line, and let's see what happens in the memory side. When this line of code executes, it creates a string object in the memory and a reference variable that is s1. So this s1 is now referring to this particular string object. Now when we perform this concatenation, that means the string contained within this s1 and the word, so it will not modify the existing object. It will actually create a new string object by concatenating this hello and world. So this is the new object that is created, and this new object is being assigned to this s1. That means this s1 is now going to point to this particular object. That is why when I displayed this s1, it has displayed hello world. But what about this existing object? It is still unchanged. So this is why we can say the object of string are immutable. That means you cannot modify this object once it is created. To prove this point, let's have one more example. Suppose I have this string s1 reference variable that refer to an object, and that object contains hello. When this line of code executes, an object in the memory will be created and a reference variable s1. This reference variable is now referring to this particular object. When the second line of code executes, we are assigning the same reference to s2. So we are not creating a new string object. We are simply assigning the existing object to this reference variable s2. So currently we have one string object and two references, s1 as well as s2. Now when I try to assign or concatenate this another string to the existing string by this statement, so s1 equals s1 plus word, it would again create a new object in the memory, and this object is going to contain hello plus word, and this newly created object is now being assigned to this s1. So now if I print this s1, it will print hello world. And now if I print s2, s2 will print hello. So this example proves that the existing string object is not being modified. Rather, for each and every concatenation, Java actually creates a new string object. Let's have a practical look at this program. Suppose I have this string s1 that contains hello, another string reference variable, and I'm assigning the same object to the reference variable s2. Now if I say s1 equals s1 plus world, and let's try to print s1 and s2. So compile and run this. Now look at the output. When I displayed s1, it has displayed hello world, but when I displayed s2, s2 is still printing hello. This proves that the existing object is still unchanged. So that is why this object is immutable. But imagine a situation where you would like to perform hundreds of thousands of concatenation in an application and you are using string type. So for each and every concatenation, Java will create a new string object in the memory, and you can imagine the overhead of creating so many objects in the memory. It will definitely degrade the performance of your application. Eventually, may your system may run out of memory also. So in that case, instead of an immutable string, we can make use of a mutable string object. Mutable string object means an object that can be modified. So we can make use of this another class, that is string builder class. An object of type string builder are mutable. That means you can modify a string stored in the string builder object. Now look at this sample piece of code. I have this string builder instance that is assigned to this as one reference variable. Initially, this string builder contains this string rising. This string builder class has a method, that is append method, and this append method also has several overloads for different types. So this append method is now going to append this string to the existing string object. Let's have a look at this, what happens when this program executes. When this line of code will execute, it will create a string builder object and a reference variable, that is s1. When this line of code will execute, it will append these technologies to the existing string. Look at this, it has not created a new string builder instance. It has modified the existing string builder object itself. When we append one more string, suppose this Aurangabad, it will again append the same string to the existing string builder object. So no matter how many times I append various string or maybe other type of data, the existing string builder object is being modified. So that is why it is called as a mutable string object. Let's have a practical look at this piece of code. So let's create an object of type string builder equals new string builder, and let's store this string initially. Now I want to append some more string to this existing string builder object, so I can say string builder dot append, and whatever string I want to append it to. We have just discussed that this append method within this string builder class has several overloaded versions. That means if I want to append a number, I can do that as well. Okay, let's try to print this string builder instance. Let's compile. Oh, integer number is too large. Let's assign this thing as a string. Compile and run this. Now look at this. It has displayed Rising Technologies Aurangabad and a cell number. So if you carefully look at the slide, you can realize that the single object is being modified for each and every append operation. So this is called as mutable strings. There is one more class, that is string buffer class, and this class is also similar to string builder. That means object of type string buffer are also mutable object. So instead of string builder, I will just change this string builder to string buffer. So let's change this to string buffer. Now compile and run this. We got the same output. So string buffer and string builder, both classes provides a mutable string. Now you may wonder why there are two different objects for the same purpose. Actually, there is a slight difference between string builder and string buffer class. Actually, string builder is similar to string buffer except for one important difference, that it is not synchronized. That means it is not thread safe. The string builder has a faster performance as it is a non-synchronized class. But in cases where a mutable string will be accessed by multiple threads simultaneously, you must use this string buffer instead of string builder. If you do not understand this concept, just leave it for the moment. We will look at the synchronization when we will cover the multi-threading in our online course. Okay, thank you for watching. For more details, visit our official site, that's risingtechnologies.in. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel.